Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Wow, I thought I was done with Joey Merlino, especially after the last video I just did, but I guess he's the gift that just keeps on giving. So, I guess everybody knows I worked for law enforcement for 30 years, all types of crimes. And then when I retired, I came out here in 2000, I came out to California in 2000, opened up my own private investigative business, and I did workers' compensation fraud investigations. And the name of my company was Cop Without a Badge Investigations. That's what it was called. That's what I called. And of course, all my clients knew about my past, but it didn't matter to them. As long as I got results, because at the bottom line, end of story, insurance companies don't care who you are, as long as you're getting them results that lowers their exposure to a particular claim, or in some cases eliminates it, so they don't have to pay nothing. So I know a great deal about insurance, and we're going to be talking about this today. So Joey Merlino, back in March, bought an old steakhouse in Philadelphia. Then what did he do? Then he announced on social media back in March, only 2 months, that he was going to gut the whole place and bring it up to Joey Merlino standards, which is pretty high. I saw the cars that he drives, the watches that I got the fucking starter model over here, Rolex, but he's got the bomb. I mean, this guy's well off. Okay, but boy, sometimes you can be penny wise and pound foolish, Joey. And I hope that he does see this, because I'm really trying to help him out here before he gets in trouble. I'm going to tell him exactly how the insurance companies investigate these types of matters, as well as the police. I'm going to tell him. And I was an SIU investigator for insurance companies for 22 years. So I know. Now, what SIU stands for, Special Investigation Unit. So when the insurance, okay, let me back up before I just can't wait to inform all my viewers what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. So Joey Merlino bought this property back in March, and then he announced it was an old Philly cheesesteaks. Now, for you people that don't know, Philadelphia is famous for having some big old bell with a crack in it. That's what they're famous for. The stairs that Rocky ran up in one of his movies, and Philly cheesesteaks. They know how to do that. That's what they're famous for that. So those are the three things that I know. And that fucking stupid print, that jail that they put, I got locked up there in 1974, and they took me to a place called the Roundhouse. And holy shit, that place was like a dungeon. It was like, I don't think they have it anymore, but that was back in the 74, and I was locked up there, stealing color TVs. Dumb fucking ass move that was. Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to explain there were several news reports. Oh, and by the way, Kelly, tell me what's the name of the viewer that told me about this. I want to give actually one of my viewers just told me that this happened, and his name or her name is
Scott.
Oh no!
Hold on.
Wait, hold on 1 minute. Do you really think I could read that from over here? My blind.
Warren says this is one of the best YouTubers ever.
Okay, but what's the name of the person?
Scott.
Scott. So thank you, Scott. That's all I wanted, baby. She gets nervous when she does this because she knows her father's a psycho. One of these modes. All right. So Scott, thanks for bringing that to my attention. And when I researched it a little bit, I should say when my daughter researched it a little bit, we found out exactly what's going on here. And we're going to want to talk about this and I'm hoping that I can help Joey out. I'm hoping that, first of all, I know you got a lawyer, Joey, and you're going to need one. You're going to need one because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. So when an insurance company, okay, so let's figure out what happened. He buys the property, the old steakhouse, and now he announces he's going to renovate it. So what does that mean? He's going to gut the place and put all his new stuff in. So what happens then? 2 months later, 3 days ago, I think it was, there's a fire. And then when the fire marshals investigated, because they know he's a co-owner, Joey's a co-owner, they found two I have a hard time, incendiary devices, two of them. Now, no doubt they were placed in different locations because they want the whole place to be totaled. They don't want just a little fire, the police come in and, I'm talking, so they declare it arson, and it has to be arson because they found two separate incendiary devices. That was the big mistake you made right there. If you did this, Joe, I'm not saying that you did, but somebody did it. That was the big mistake. Because let me back up again. Of course, they're going to figure out somebody burnt it down, and who will gain from this. Now they know it's a crime because they listed it as arson. Now they know it. So who has motive to burn it down? Now that restaurant's been there for many, many years. It never caught fire. He buys it, and in 2 months, and then you announce that you're gonna gut it. Joey, what are you thinking? So, where was I? I forgot where I was. God damn it. So they established it's arson. They established that the only one that really has a motive to burn this place down would be Joey Merlino and his partner. Now he's got a partner. That means his partner, now if he did do this, they're in cahoots. Is that partner going to flip on him one day? I don't know, but let me tell you the way this is going to work, because I did this for a living. So, okay, so now that cat's out of the bag, because Joey went on social media. Joey, you gotta watch what you say on social media, bro, because everybody's listening, including the police and this insurance company. So now the insurance company knows it was arson. Now the insurance company knows that one of the insured is a convicted felon, mobster, Joey Merlino. Now they know that. So what's going to happen? Now, insurance companies all have, they hire out private investigative companies. The biggest one in the United States now, which is the one that really put me out of business, was a company called G4S, okay? And G4S has surveillance investigators and SIU investigators. An SIU investigator is someone that comes out, that's hired by the insurance company to come out and investigate the claim. That means they're going to talk to the claimant. They're going to take statement. The first thing that they're going to do, even before they send it out to SIU, when he or whoever files the claim, they're going to be immediately taking a recorded statement over the phone. Now, in all states, that statement is considered sworn testimony, just like if you did a deposition, which is also going to be coming, Joey. Okay, so everything that you say on that recorded line is they're gonna generate transcripts from it, and then they got that, and then they send the SIU investigation. So now you're locked into this story. Now the investigator is going to come on scene. He's going to be talking to neighbors. He's going to do whatever it is he's got to do. He's going to get on social media. He's going to see if anybody's talking about this. All these things they're going to do. All these things are bad for you, Joey. So now, after they do their background, they're going to do social media. They're going to they're going to pull records. Well, the SIU investigator can't do this, but I'm going to tell you right now what the police and the feds, now the feds are involved. They're going to, and I hope to God that your phone wasn't pinging when you were when that restaurant caught fire, because they're going to look at cell phone records. They're going to look at license plate readers. If your vehicle was because now you don't forget, and this already happened, Joey, you or your partner, and I'm sure they're going to want to talk to both of you, got that recorded statement. You're locked in. And like I said before, that's like sworn testimony. You are locked into that story. And now what they're going to start doing is picking that story apart. They're going to try to pick it apart to see if they can prove that. And another thing, Joey, if you lie, if they can find that you lied with that recorded statement, which is your claim, that's going to be you telling the insurance company, I'm filing a claim. And so that's all sworn testimony. If they find one lie, one inconsistency, they will deny the claim. Now, there's three ways that this is going to go. They're going to pay the claim, which they're not. I can tell you that right now. Once the police go, call them up and say, listen, we're investigating them and we think Joey Merlino did it, they don't have to pay. They don't have to pay. And I think it's like up to a year or maybe even 2 years. They don't have to pay. They'll just say pending investigation. When you say, hey, where's my check? We're still investigating it. We're still investigating it. We haven't heard from the police. So the police really hold the strings. Similar to what happened with the Brian Melise case, when he insured his wife's friend, and a 6-year-old. The first thing the police did is told the insurance company, don't pay. We think the claimant is the murderer. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. So now I'm guessing that both of you did your did your recorded statement for the insurance company. They have it. And now they're going to start working you. As I said before, they're going to want to know where you were when that fire department was called. They want to, then once you tell them that, now, although you don't have to talk to the police, you do have to talk to the insurance company. So I'm just so excited because I already know what's happening right now in this. So there's three things the insurance company can do. They can pay the claim, they can deny the claim, or they can depose you. Now, in a deposition, when you go in there, you have to answer every single question they pose to you. And then once they got that deposition, then the police can take that and they can use that against you. So that's very, very, very important, Joey. If you did have anything to do with this, and they can find one, and plus you're a convicted felon. And another thing that a lot of people don't realize too in civil courts, if you're a convicted felon and you're testifying, the judge can disregard all your testimony. He can go, well, you're a convicted felon, except if you're Michael Cohen and testifying against Trump, you can be a convicted perjurer and they'll still put you up on the stand. But anyway, and so what else? And then the other thing that Joey did, he announced on social media that he was gutting the place and remodeling it. Well, if they used to, they used to call it in the Bronx. I'm from the South Bronx, and back in the late 70s and 80s, they used to have this thing called Jewish lightning, because all the tenements and all the apartment buildings in there were all owned by a bunch of Jews, and when the buildings were beyond repair, they would just Jewish lightning, boom, and they would all burn. And they would collect the money, and then the houses would be done. But I digress. And so that's what they used to call it. They used to call it Jewish lightning. So Joey, if so that's what's going to happen. You're going to be forced. It's not like the police, Joey, where you could say, I'm not talking, speak to my lawyer. If you want that insurance money, and another thing, let's talk about insurance policies and what they really are. Insurance policies are contracts between an insurance company and an insured. It's a contract. And trust me, Joey, there are so many clauses in that contract that if you, and you have the responsibility to cooperate with them. If you tell the insurance company no, hey, they're going to deny that claim so fast it's going to make your head spin. So, and then don't forget also, that if I was the SIU investigator, I would do all my background work, and then I would sit down and take a recorded statement, never mind on the phone, an in-person recorded statement And this is, again, sworn testimony. If you lie, it's perjury, is what it is. And now you're going to have to answer the investigator's questions. Now, by this time, the investigator, the SIU guy or gal, they already know everything there is to know about you. Even if you weren't this public mafia guy, they're gonna be asking you all the tough questions. And then if you answer them under oath, that can be used against you in the police investigation. So understand, this is not like, oh, the cops think I did nothing. And of course, I'm not saying anything. I'm going to show them to my lawyer. It doesn't work that way with the insurance company. Everything that you've said so far and everything you do from this point moving forward, if I was Joey Merlino, what would I do? Well, first of all, I wouldn't have did that. Let's talk about the incendiary devices. That was the arsonist's big mistake. If it was Joey, I'm not saying it is, or his partner, I'm not saying that at all. You don't leave you don't use accelerants. You pile up stuff. You try to do it early in the morning on a Sunday morning, like just when the sun comes out, so nobody can see the flickering flames, and you light the place up. That's how you do it. You don't leave. So the arson investigator, the fire marshal, will never be able to determine that an accelerant was used. So you did it. Not only did you do it in one place, I'm guessing you did it in two places, so the whole place would go up, and you would be able to collect. You'd be able to rebuild that cheesesteak place any way you want. So I hope this is helpful to you, Joey Merlino, because if I were you and you did do it, I would drop this claim right now. I would. I don't see them paying this, and you're going to have to answer questions you're not going to like. So I hope you guys found this interesting. And Scott, I thank you for bringing this to my attention because, again, I worked with the police, I worked with the federal authorities, and I worked with the insurance company. Again, I'll make me the expert here. And everyone that's viewing this that works for an insurance company or the police, you know that every single thing I just said is true. So again, Joey, if you had any part of this, remember they're going to be looking at your phone records, license plate readers, videos. And a lot of times people think, okay, I'm going to do this crime over here in this block. And I'm going to disguise myself. I'm going to cover my license plate up. I'm going to do this crime and then go. Well, the police just don't look at video from where the crime happened. They'll figure out what direction you could have gone, and they'll go in New York City, they'll go blocks, even miles around to try to get your plate number. There are license plate readers all over the place, especially in Philadelphia. So if you were there, I mean, again, if you had anything to do with this, dude, it ain't worth it. You got plenty of money. Your one shirt is worth more than my $170,000 Mercedes, or so one of your fans told me that. It's on the comment. That's what it ain't worth it, bro. You're gonna have to talk. And another thing. So right away, the newspapers, the online there said that he was co-owner. So that means he did a crime. If he did do this, that means he did a crime with his partner there. Is he gonna turn into a lying rat too, Joey? Think about it. See you on the next one.